Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have a video covering the new missions in GTA Online. As part of the update, we got 6 brand new yacht missions, and I also want to thank my friends Timmy95 and Butchie Machi for helping out with this video. So in this video, we're going to be going through all 6 missions. I'm also going to try to shorten it down and include the most important parts, give some tips on what to do in these missions, what not to do in these missions. We're not going to really be using weaponized vehicles, even though you can. We're instead going to be focusing on using whatever we have with this mission. So anyways, to start these new missions, you gotta go to the yacht for the first time. When you complete these missions will then appear in your missions tab, which is with all the other contact missions, but the first time, you need to go to the yacht. So the missions are called a Super Yacht Life, and you get a call from the captain, and he tells you to come on over to the yacht. You need to own a yacht, obviously, in order to start these missions, or you could join off a friend, but if you want to start them personally, you do need to own a yacht. Now, the first mission, a Super Yacht Life Overboard Captain. Right, boss, if you're looking for a chance to get your feet wet in the captain's chair, it's here. Now, no pressure, obviously, but if you don't come right away, there might be some serious paperwork involved. So this is the first mission, and I made a big mistake with these missions because what happens is when you end the mission, it'll spawn you on the beach closest to wherever you finished off that mission. And what I thought that you had to travel all the way back to the yacht in order to start the missions again, but each time you complete the mission, all you need to do is just call up the captain. Call up the captain, request job, and he will then give you the next job in a text message. Once you complete all of them, you can just start that up from your missions tab where all the other contact missions are. So starting off in the first mission, Overboard, this is the easiest mission out of all of them, and me and my friends are going to take the helicopter, and again, you can use weaponized vehicles, but we're just going to use whatever we were provided with the mission. And these missions, you can do them solo, so you don't have to do them, with a bunch of people if you don't want to. It's max 4. But I do recommend that you have at least one other person to help you with these missions, because some of these missions, they're designed heavily on cooperative play, and they can get pretty challenging if you do them solo and can get actually frustrating. And what I like about these missions is that the captain actually has dialogue, and the captain actually speaks. Captain also makes an appearance in a few of the missions. He physically appears in the missions. There's no cutscenes, but he is there in the background. I like that because it adds more life to these missions, because unlike a lot of the other missions like the Gerald missions and the Martin contact missions that we got, those were kind of generic. All we had was just text that we read. Here, the captain's actually talking to us and we have more of a story. It adds more life to it. I like it. So anyways, moving on to the mission. In Overboard, we're going to fly over to this area near Vespucci Beach, not too far from the mask store, and we're going to take out a few joyriders. And now, these joyriders, they are going to be on jet skis, and they're going to be in the canals. And I'm just going to basically fly the helicopter here and let my friends shoot them. The jet skis are very easy to destroy. Basically, just shoot them a few times to heavy machine gun, they fall off and they die. Some of them can go on foot and start running on the street, so that can also happen. But I just basically took the helicopter, flew around here, let my friend kill them. Then afterwards, we had to pick up the paperwork. I landed the helicopter right next to it. You are going to get a wanted level at this point. I just kept the helicopter running, let him get back in. We're out of here. Now, you can't call Lester on the cops. What we have to do next is we have to go to the marina, and we gotta destroy all the boats in the marina. And this is really easy because there's no enemies here to stop you. There can be cops, but you don't have any other enemies besides that. And what I basically did was, I just flew at an angle where both of my friends could shoot the boats. The boats, they only take a few bullets and they explode, so you don't need to waste RPGs or other explosives on them. You can just fly the helicopter, have your passengers shoot it, just blows up. Afterwards, all you need to do is just lose the wanted level. You lose the wanted level, that's it, mission complete. In the second mission, Salvage, good news, the perfect opportunity for your next experience at the helm has just come up. How about some Seaside Salvage, boss? It's not stealing, you're just cleaning the ocean. Now this mission might seem simple at first, but it can actually get pretty complicated. So in this mission, you just take the helicopter, you fly on over to this barge, and I recommend that you own a scuba diving suit for this mission because it makes the mission a little bit quicker. You can use a rebreather if you want, but the scuba diving suit just makes everything much faster. You swim underwater forever, unlimited breath, and you just swim faster. You pick up all the salvage. Now, once you pick up all the salvage, the yacht captain will actually call you and tell you that there's somebody on board. You'll get a text message from this mysterious guy, which will be angry at you for destroying his boats in the first mission, in the mission where we destroyed the boats in the marina Overboard. So when we go back to the yacht, and once we go back to the yacht, there's going to be a few enemies on board. You just kill all of them. Right afterwards, this is the part that gets pretty complicated. Now, the yacht captain and the bartender have been taken hostage, and the way that the yacht captain is saying it to you on the phone, it's a little complicated on what you're supposed to do exactly. He says, you know, come over here, don't be armed. Now, what happened was we failed this mission a few times. The first time that we failed this mission, we got too close to the area. So we got really close to the area, and we just failed right there. Now, in the other times, we tried to go up to the area unarmed. We thought this is what we had to do. We thought we had to meet with the guy. We thought we had to do some kind of exchange or something along those lines, because the yacht captain says don't come armed. And what ended up happening is we got attacked and the yacht captain got executed. So there are certain NPCs that have their guns pointed at the yacht captain and the bartender, and they will kill them. And the moment that they die, the mission fails. So what me and my friends figured out to do is take the helicopter, land it on the hill. It might be a little annoying to land on the hill because of just the angle, but once you get it there, make sure the helicopter's not moving when you land it so you can use the helicopter afterwards to pick up the yacht captain and the bartender. So what you do here is, with your friends, point your guns at these 3 enemies here. Now, this is depending on how many people you have. If you have more than 1 person, make a timer on this. Say, I'm going to take out this target and then count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how me and my friends did it. So you see there's 3 NPCs. There's 1 in the middle. There's 1 pointed with a gun at the bartender, 1 pointed with a gun at the captain. And I've noticed that when you take out these specific enemies, the rest of the enemies don't tend to go after the yacht captain and the bartender. So if you kill those enemies, they should be good. However, though, once you take out those enemies with a sniper rifle, the other enemies will start charging up the hill. And at this point, you know, just pick off all the enemies that are coming up the hill. They have crazy accuracy, so make sure that you have some snacks and you have some body armor. This will help you out. Once you snipe all the targets, land the helicopter where the yacht captain is. The yacht captain will follow whoever had gone up to him first. The same thing for the bartender. And you need 2 spots in the helicopter. So if you have 3 people like me, 3 or more, you're gonna need to leave 1 person behind, but it doesn't really matter. You just take them back to the yacht, and then the mission ends. And that's pretty much it for this mission. On to mission number 3, we have all hands. So now you're getting used to life at sea. How about an important lesson? Always, and I mean always, pander to the rich and powerful. I hear the Pacific Country Club might need a leg up from someone resourceful and preferably immoral. You in? So in this mission, we have to go on over to the airport and we have to take a Tulla plane. And there's also a second Tulla plane available if you have multiple people. And I recommend that if you have another person, for them to be your gunner, because this can help protect you from the helicopters, because there are going to be helicopters that are going to chase you, and that can be a little frustrating. And no, you cannot use a custom Tulla. If you have a Tulla, you can't use it. We tried to use it. You have to use the one that's specific in this mission, because the one that's specific in this mission is designed to carry water bombs. So once we get on over to LSIA, there's a bunch of enemies at the hangar. Now, me and my friends, we didn't like to get too close to it. We just like to snipe them at a distance, so we start sniping them. Just be aware that the moment you start sniping them, you get a wanted level. So try to pick them off as quickly as you can. Once we clear out the hangar, we get in the Tullas and we take off. And now the water bombs, in order to recharge them, what you basically need to do is just land in the water. So just land in the water whenever you want to recharge the water bombs, and they'll recharge pretty quickly. And these work the same ways as regular bombs. Now, you can carpet water bombs or drop single water bombs. These water bombs obviously are not lethal, but they're meant to take out fires. So we fly on over to the parking lot here at the country club, and you can fly over and carpet bomb them, but that's going to take too long. It's going to take too long, and you can also fly over and just single bomb them. If you're a really good pilot, you can pull this off, but the quickest way to do this would be just take the Tulla into hover mode, right in the D-pad on the PS4. I'm assuming it would also be on the D-pad on the Xbox. Not sure what button it would be on the PC, but just take it into hover mode, fly on over the cars, drop the water bombs. If you need more, just go in the water, recharge. You can use JTOW to take off quickly, and just keep spraying them. Then you go to the parking lot further down the highway. You spray those cars on fire also, put out the fires. Right after that, you just take the Tulla back, and that's it. You just land it. The only threat that you have in this mission is the helicopters. The helicopters, they can catch up to you and damage you, but if you're really quick, even if you're doing this, you know, flying each Tulla by yourself, you can do this pretty quickly, just as long as you avoid the helicopters. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the mission. Just water the cars that are on fire and fly the Tulla back to the yacht. That's it. Moving on to mission number 4, we have Icebreakers. Some say charting a course in the most valuable nautical skill a captain has, but plotting revenge comes a close second, so I think it's time we develop that little talent by going after the wankers who kidnapped me. Now, in this mission, you are going to be flying to the same rooftop in which Michael confronts Rocco in the single-player story. And on this mission, what you're basically going to be doing is you're going to be blowing up a bunch of air conditioning units units. The captain sends you a picture of what they look like, but you don't really have to go by the picture because they will all be marked on your map. However, be warned, the moment that you start blowing up the AC units, a ton of enemies are going to start spawning, and I recommend that you do not go on the street until all the AC units are destroyed, because there will constantly be enemies that will keep spawning on the streets from all directions. I went below on the streets for a little bit, and I got swarmed by enemies, so don't go down there until you destroy all the AC units. We kind of got swarmed and failed the first time, then we came back, we got more body armors, and we cleared out the area. Kind of straightforward mission, just go rooftop to rooftop, kill the enemies, destroy the AC units. Once all the AC units are destroyed, you are going to take this truck, and you can have multiple trucks here. As you can see, we have a second truck we also got to take. We take these trucks, we drive to the drop-off. Drop-off is not that far, less than 2 miles. We make the drop. We're going to get chased along the way, but other than that, it's pretty easy to outrun them. Just watch out for the enemies that are in front of you. They can't really shoot you out the back because there's no windows in the back to be shot out of, but that's it. Just clear out the enemies on the rooftops, blow up the AC units, and just drop the trucks off. Okay, so next we have mission number 5, Bon Voyage. Here's another tip for you, boss. Always know when to have a rest. It's the captain's privilege to take a sunny pleasure cruise from time to time. So let's put up our feet and enjoy a relaxing, uneventful day. I'm sure absolutely nothing will interrupt us. Well, something will interrupt us. Now, this mission is much more unique than the other missions, and I really like this mission. So this mission starts out at night. It's during a pretty bad thunderstorm. There's a lot of crazy waves, and the power goes out on the yacht. And I really wish that we were actually able to take out the yachts farther than this, because the yacht is much farther from shore. So I wish we could actually do this with the yachts. Unfortunately, we can't. But moving on to the mission. So we're out here, and we start getting attacked by that same gang that we've been fighting in the previous missions, and they start sending helicopters and boats after you. The mission is very straightforward. All you basically gotta do, defend the yacht and kill all the enemies. All you gotta do. So the enemies will be coming at you with dinghy boats and with buzzard attack helicopters. I recommend focus on the helicopters first. Get rid of the helicopters. They're a much bigger threat than the boats. They will try to board the ship, but we didn't really struggle with this. We didn't really have much of a hard time. So just take out the helicopters, and they will try to repel. So enemies will try to repel from the helicopter. If you see this, just wait till they start repelling. Shoot them. They'll fall off. You can also shoot the rotor blades on the helicopters. This will cause them to spin out. Destroy the helicopters, then destroy the boats. Also, enemies can spawn on the other end of the ship, so the other end of the ship, we actually didn't know that there was enemies there, and I guess it's kind of a glitch, but it'll tell you to take out the enemies, and there won't be any red dots on the map. Make sure you check the whole boat, so go from the back to the front, because sometimes when the enemies are on the other side of the ship, for some reason, they just won't appear on the radar, so just make sure you check up on it. Go there, and clear out those enemies. Once all the enemies are dead, Captain says power is restored, and that's pretty much it for the mission. And here at the end, we have Mission 6, D-Day. Well, boss, you've got one last lesson in the art of seamanship. At the end of the day, it is a captain's duty to always tie up loose ends. And in our case, that may or may not involve submarines, sea mines, and an amphibious assault. All a day's work by now. So in the final mission, you're going to be going after that boss that has been giving you problems throughout the yacht storyline. And you are going to be attacking that boss's yacht. And the boss's yacht is very similar to your yacht. It's the exact same model. And what you are going to be doing is you're going to be taking submarines, and a certain number of submarines will spawn depending on how many people you have. We had 3 people, so we had 3 submarines that spawned. And this mission, for being the final mission in this yacht storyline, I actually thought that this mission was actually going to be much harder. I really did think it was going to be much harder, but it was actually pretty easy. So we take the helicopter on over to these submarines, we get in these submarines, and we go underwater. Now, you have to go to a certain depth to avoid being detected, and you have a meter on your screen which tells you that depth. And you are going to encounter sea mines. So there are mines underwater. They're very easy to dodge. They're not really hard to get past. Just go in between the mines, try not to hit them, go around them, and then there's going to be certain walls like underwater that you're going to have to rise a little bit above the depth. So don't worry about that, just rise above it. You'll still have a lot of time before you're detected, and just dive back down and just keep going. And just keep doing this, avoid the sea mines, dive up whenever you have a wall that you gotta go over, an underwater wall. Climb over that, dive down. Once you get within range of the submarine, you can surface. Now, when you're within range of the submarine, go on the submarine, and I thought that you could do stealth on here, since the whole point of the submarines was to avoid the enemies, but there is no stealth here. So I tried to use a suppressor on my SMG, did not work out. We end up killing the enemies. The boss will try to flee in a helicopter, but you can just blow up his helicopter pretty easily. We blew up the boss's helicopter, and that is it for the mission. All you gotta do at this point is just leave the area. And that is it for the Yacht storyline. You know, overall, I enjoyed these new missions. I enjoyed something new to do. They were much more dynamic, and they had much more life to them than a lot of other contact missions, because at least we had something to do from the yacht, and the yacht captain actually talked to us during these missions, so it wasn't just like text that we read like for the other contact missions. Overall, they were fun, but I personally think this could have been better if they made these into client jobs. If they made these like in the client jobs on the water, where you could go on your yacht and then start up like a mission on the water. You know, you could do it in free mode instead of connecting to a separate lobby. I think, you know, that would have given it much more replayability, but still, you know, I enjoyed the new missions. And at the end of this, when you complete all of them as host, you do get a yacht captain outfit, and it seems only the host gets this. I could be wrong, but it seems only the host gets it, because my other friends did not get it. And on top of that, you also get them added to your mission list. So where the contact missions are, you can now replay these missions, but I personally cannot see people replaying them once Double Money ends. Maybe a new player will play them, or maybe like, you know, every once in a while we'll hop on these missions and we'll do them again. But again, these are missions that you just complete once with Double Money, once or twice, and then afterwards, you're probably not going to play them again. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, and if you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.